call it a rug. Rhymes with Grug. I call this one a ride. Rhymes with Grug.
That doesn't really rhyme.
I call this an air fryer. Rhymes with Grug.
Ooh, I like that one.
I call this a Jordica.
What?
Rhymes with Grug.
Where are you getting these things?
I call this one the Southern Border Crisis.
Oh!
Rhymes with Grug.
Why are you doing this to me?
I call it cyanide. Rhymes with Grug.
Please help.
I call this a bug's life. Rhymes with a Grug's life.
Alright, you know what? That's
And I
enough.
call this a...
No, seriously, please stop. Alright, all your ideas are terrible. Just enough.
I call it curb stomping.
Ah! No.
Rhymes with Grug. This getting mugged. Rhymes with Grug.
I can't feel my anything.
And I call this an A10 warthog. Rhymes with Grug. I call this one a slip and slide. Rhymes with Grug.
There's only pain.
I call it a good dad.
Are you sure?
I don't understand any of this.
I call it peak. Rhymes with Grug.
Somebody please kill me.
And I call this one Rhymes with Grug. Rhymes with Grug.
The sweet release of death.
I call it style. Rhymes with Grug.
My bones.
I call it
April 12th, 2036.
Rhymes with Grug. I call this a pixie stick. Rhymes with Grug. And I call this one crude stew.
Does that rhyme with Grug?
And I call this Battlefront 3. I want it. Now. And I call this a thug. Rhymes with Grug.
On gang.
I call this one crippling depression. I call this a Part 49 leak. Rhymes with Grug.
Stop.
And I call this one...
Oh, seriously, I beg of you. Please put an end to this nightmare.
I call it Xbox. I call this a hospital visit.
Stay away from me.
We're going on an adventure.
No!
I call it a pug. Rhymes with Grug. I call it a Switch 2. Rhymes with Grug.
Overpriced games.
And I call this one Rhymes with Grug 2. Rhymes with Grug 2.
The endless cycle continues.
I call these younglings. Rhymes with Grug.
Just pull the plug.
I call it dementia. Rhymes with Grug. And I call this a job application. Does not rhyme with Grug. I call it dementia. Rhymes with Grug. And I call this an ender pearl. Rhymes with Grug.
What did I do to deserve this torment?
I call this Afghanistan.
Ah! Why are we even here?
That's the question we were asking for 20 years.
Ah!
I call it dementia. Rhymes with Grug. I call this one the moonwalk. Rhymes with Grug. If we could curse on this channel, I would be. I call this a peanut allergy. Rhymes with... I call this cheating death.
What?
Rhymes with Grug.
You came back from the dead just to keep torturing me?
Have you seen the views these videos get? We're gonna milk this thing for every drop we can.
Ah!
Yeah! Call this a mug. Rhymes with Grug.
Ah!
Call this hair loss. Rhymes with Grug.
Why am I alive?
I call it foreshadowing. Rhymes with Grug. No. I call it arson. Rhymes with Grug. I call this one Rhymes with Grug 3. Rhymes with Grug. Tree.
What?
Grug tree. I call this therapy.
So how have you been feeling since our last...
That one doesn't rhyme with Grug either. I call this the entire Croods movie. It's a good movie.
Oh, yeah, it's great.
I call it dementia. Rhymes with Grug. And I call this one a Grug. Rhymes with Grug. Hi, Grug. Hey, Grug. Looking good, Grug.
Oh, why are there two of you?
I call this a Chug Jug. Rhymes with Grug, Grug. Well, cool idea, Grug. Thanks, Grug. I love you, Grug.
Please let me die, Grug.
And I call this a shameless plug. Rhymes with Grug.
Go to bluntbrosproductions.com.
And I call this running for president.
Grug Crude promises to be a man of the people, for the people, and he dreams of seeing our nation united as one, rhyming with Grug.
I would like to let the American people know that my opponent is a frog.
Hello? Don't think. Vote Grug.
I am Grug Crude, and I approve drunk driving. I would vote for you, Grug. Thanks, Grug. I call it the atomic stairs. Rhymes with Grug. And I call this aura farming. Rhymes with Grug.
Oh, where's part 50?
I call this one Rhymes with Grug 4. Rhymes with Grug door. And I call this one the bite of 87.
The what?
Rhymes with Grug. And I call this one tax evasion. Ooh, that one really rhymes with Grug. I call this a loser.
Hey!
And I call this one being scared of women. Rhymes with Grug.
Wait, are you actually scared of women?
Ah! Women? Where? And I call this ASMR. Rhymes with Grug. And I call this one a lifterator.
Oh, a normal one.
And I call this one Lego.
Why are we all blocky? I don't like it.
Rhymes with Grug.
Grug? Grug, you can't leave me like this. Change me back. Grug? Grug!
I call it dementia. Rhymes with Grug. And I call this one the client list. And I call this one the high ground.
Please, no more. I'm begging you.
Rhymes with Grug. And I call this one a hug.
No, get away from me. No.
Oh, this is actually kind of nice.
I call it a chiropractor. Crud. Rhymes with Grug. The Lego part was animated by DB Films. Go to his channel now. Rhymes with Grug. This a 90-degree angle.
Oh, my bones.
Rhymes with Grug. I call this a penguin. Rhymes with Grug.
Huh, I like penguins.
And I call this a wheelchair.
Is that for me?
Yep.
Wait, you're gonna throw it at me.
No.
No, I know you, all right? You're gonna throw it at me.
Rhymes with Grug. And I call this one smug. Rhymes with Grug.
It's Smaug.
Smug.
Smaug.
Smug.
Smaug.
Smug. And I call this one tug of war. Rhymes with Grug of war.
Grug of what?
Kratos Grug.
You know, if there was a 10th circle, we're in it. This is it.
And I call this one Rhymes with Grug 5. Rhymes with Grug. Live. Gucci Basilius 1997. Thank you for the $2. Rhymes with Grug. And I call this one Breaking Bad. Where's the product? Rhymes with Grug. And I call this one Dr. Pepper. Rhymes with Grug. Here, we can share. I call this one I call it dementia. Rhymes with Grug. And I call this one The Shining. Here's Grug. And I call this one Flint and Steel. Rhymes with Grug. And I call this The Backrooms. Rhymes with Grug. Grug?
Wait, no, don't leave me here. Anywhere but here. Take me back to Afghanistan.
Well, I think that 6 videos about Grug is a good amount. I think it's worth stopping at this point. I mean, the meme's been dead for a couple months now. I don't really see the point in trying to keep it.
I call this one a Mark I Desert Eagle. Rhymes with Grug.
Give it back.
No. And I call this one a microwave. Rhymes with Grug.
But I don't see any micro...
And I call this one Kirby. Rhymes with Grug.
Grug, how many videos have we been doing this?
I don't know, like 6, 7. I call this one a creeper. Rhymes with Grug. I call it a Rhymes with Grug 6. Rhymes with Grug. Tricks.
Oh, he only X Games ball.
I call it dementia. Rhymes with Grug. And I call this one zero animation budget. Rhymes with Grug.
Oh, you're not even trying anymore.
I call this the definition of insanity. Rhymes with Grug.
What was that?
Don't worry about it. Microwave again! Why would you?